see YouTube's name. All right. I think we are live. We are actually live after this so long.
Awesome, bro. So I'm excited.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Anyways, welcome back, everybody. This Community is Connected. I'm Julio Sanchez. Today, I have a brand new guest.
What's up, guys? It's CullyBear.
Hell yeah. We've been talking for a while now. We've been trying to get this together. And unfortunately, time, job, everything just hasn't worked out.
Just opposite schedules.
But today, and I think, I think it was meant to be this way because it made it be so now we're at episode 100 and you were going to help me celebrate episode 100. So
that's right. And now we're here.
Yes.
And it's all planned out. And we got a special surprise today, guys. I got my mixer in here. Got some songs. I got some unreleased songs for everyone to hear. Got a new album coming up. So we're going to be talking about that. And
I'm
just,
excited.
so I'm excited to talk about it all and get this cracking.
All right. Well, we'll start with a simple question with obviously who are you? You said you're Cullen Wildman?
Yeah, I'm Cullen Wildman. Grew up in Janesville, Wisconsin, and lived here my whole life. Went to school at Kennedy, then Marshall and Craig, and graduated there. So
okay, there we go. So you're a Craig kid, huh?
Yeah,
so we're in opposite sides.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're a Parker guy?
Yeah, I had to be, man. Had to be.
You guys usually beat us in football, though. So
yeah, no. And then like our senior year, we got stomped.
Yeah,
I will tell you that we got absolutely just stomped. I'm also trying to find the page real quick, see if I can share the link.
Right.
Trying to be smart about it. But no, man, it's been great. So obviously you're from Craig. You grew up around the area.
Yep.
So now what are you doing? Obviously,
I'm doing security guard over at R&L Carriers, and it's all right. I like it. It's chill.
How long were you doing that? Still doing that?
I'm going on 3 years now.
3 years?
3 years, yep. Been there 3 years. And I worked with your buddy,
Yeah,
That's kind of how we connected a while back.
Yeah.
I don't know if he ever told you that or not, but
that's actually how I first heard of you the first time. He said some guy named Colin. I was like, really? And then I started seeing you. So I think I added you right after you started talking about you.
Yeah.
And I think it was a few months after that I started seeing you mess around with music.
Yeah.
And that really made me want to more talk to you because I was like, oh man, this guy's interesting, I like adding people on Facebook. I'm a huge fan of memes. But
me too.
When I see other people like doing extra stuff, it sparks interest.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I'd like to see, say hi to him. So I think I did. And then obviously I was more kind of brave to say hi because I wanted, after seeing what you were doing and kind of, I creeped on you a little bit. So I was seeing what your Facebook was like and just seeing the progress you made, there was a shift in mindset I think I saw through you. And that's what really made me want to talk to you because I was like, man, he's got it. Now he's doing something.
Yeah.
So how long would you start DJing?
Well, the DJing, I've been doing this since around December. I got this set up. Actual producing I've been doing for about 1.5 years now. And they couldn't be any different, honestly. DJing is more shifting between beats and cues and queuing things up with different songs and drops and fading. And the actual production's taking ideas from scratch, like a drum beat or a sound or anything. Even somebody yelling, what the hell, some kind of sample, and throwing it all together in a song. And you can start anywhere, really, from a drop or from the beginning or a riser. It's all personal preference, really. I usually like to start with a drop and then build my way up with a riser and work on my intro. I start in the middle of my songs.
So is that kind of what you started doing when you first started producing music? You were just testing starts?
Well...
Or how'd you jump into this, I'd say?
It all started... I got a MIDI pad, and I started putting some different sounds into it. I was getting off the internet, and different drum beats and stuff like that. And then it got more involved. I got an actual digital audio workshop. I got FL Studio.
Okay.
Started messing around with making some of my own drum beats and sounds and putting some stuff in there, some different sounds. And I like to mix it up a little bit and just make the best music
your
I
passion
can.
Towards this?
Yeah.
Really? Now, what program did you say you're using?
Right now, I'm using FL Studio's 20 Fruity Loops. And it's one of the better digital audio workshops you can use.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people talk about Fruity Loops because I've had an interest in learning how to do this. And once I seen someone's computer, I was like, ooh.
It looks like a different language.
I need someone to teach me what's going on here.
It looks like a different language, but it's like anything else. Once you spend a week or two banging your head against the wall trying to learn it, you'll get the hang of it.
I'm not going to lie. I was really blown away once you started doing your setup when we first got here. As soon as you started moving, you're touching everything, I'm like, holy shit, he's doing it. Oh my God. I've never been this close to DJ. So to see you actually doing stuff, I was like,
I appreciate
bro.
that,
So
man.
I don't know if you saw, I just kind of leaned over and I was just watching your hands. it's really amazing to see what you're doing here. So
oh man, these all do different things. These are like your faders, your filters. Your filters, you can basically turn sounds. Oh, I guess I'll show you when we get to that later, but these all do different things, and
right, I've always seen
we
it.
Go over 20 minutes just talking about each different button and sound, and
maybe that'll be like a later episode.
Yeah, we could definitely
sound.
That'll give me some time to learn some of the things I don't know quite as well too.
Exactly. You know what? And that's actually what I like doing. Like when I flub online and
I'm far more versed in producing so far than I am DJing, but I'm getting better. That's why I'm here today with this stuff. I feel like I'm ready to show everybody a little something.
Yeah, and I was really excited you brought the idea. You're like, hey man, can I like play live? I was like, yeah, I want to do something new, something fresh. And like with other people we've had on, we've talked about the idea and we never like got it really planned out. So I was really happy you're saying you're gonna bring your stuff.
Oh yeah.
And just to see you, like I said, once you started playing, I was like, wow, that is amazing.
It's gonna be fun, man. I'm excited to show everybody.
All right. So you said you started kind of messing around with sound like a year ago, 2 years ago?
Yeah. It just kind of started with you know, just getting some sounds. I really wanted to do it. I was watching honestly some music videos by Marshmello and music. So
what was like
I started with my phone, honestly.
With your phone?
Yeah. Yeah.
How long did it take you to make it?
20 minutes.
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh, I gotta find out what you're using.
And I was doing some reading, and they said you just want to start making as many songs as you can and finishing them right away, no matter what program you're using.
Mm-hmm.
And sorry about that. I needed a monster break,
dude. Every single time I'm sitting here talking, it's just like you get like such a dry mouth from talking so long. I hate when I forget my cup of water. If I forget my cup of water, I'm sitting here 15 minutes straight. I just run to get water as soon as I'm like done with the video. I gotta get smarter. I do have mine, but I'm good. Then you started 2 years ago. What was like the biggest obstacles you started coming across when you first started producing?
Leveling for off in the car, and just I would listen to stuff over and over. I would make something, listen to how it sounded, and it would bang way too hard or it would be too quiet, and I'd have to raise levels up and down.
Mm-hmm.
And I've done that hundreds and hundreds of times now, and I've really learned a lot about leveling. Like, you want your drums to be higher than everything. You want your bass, depending on your bass, to be just a cut shorter than the drums. Chords, depending on the chords, it depends on how high the frequency of the sound is. If you got a sharp frequency, you want to bring it down. If it's kind of quieter, you want to bring it up.
Mm-hmm.
You can add a delay to it and make it kind of sound like it's far away. The more you go, there's just so many things that you can do with this stuff. Different sounds and the way you can make it sound, and I'm still learning so much.
I'm saying but I'm not gonna lie, it's just way over the top of my head, and that's why I'm like,
that's okay.
Seeing what you're doing, I'm just kind of I'm gonna keep telling you, I'm gonna be just blown away by what you do.
This stuff's so in depth, man. It's like, for what I've done already and the songs I've made, I still feel like I'm just a student and still got so much to learn.
Do you remember the name of the track, like the first track you made?
Yeah, Ride With Me, and I made it on my dad's birthday.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
He picked me up from work the next day, and he's like, "What'd you do last night?" I'm like, "I made a song," and I played it, and he freaked out, and it didn't mean as much probably looking back, but now we talked about it and it just means a lot to him. He's like, wow. And it means a lot to him. I think it freaks him out that it was on his birthday, but it's been a lot of fun. That first track, I could play it for you if you'd like to hear it.
Ooh.
I got it on my phone here.
Should we give it?
Let's give it a one.
Yeah, let's give it a few seconds on there. Go ahead and play it through your phone. Because and that's what I like want people to hear, and especially like you being so willing to play that first song. I like hearing the imperfections, like, because you like going back and see how well you improved.
So this was the first song I ever released. And some people,
I definitely like the beginning.
My levels are so off here.
For being a first song, that's pretty dope.
thank you, man. I appreciate that. But it's just like my style has changed so much since that. I didn't even know really what type of dubstep or EDM music I was gonna make. That song to me is like, it's like an Eevee before it turns into a different, like one of the 7 Pokemon. It's like, and it turned into the dark one, the dubstep one. So now we're out here playing grimy shit.
I like that. I like all this stuff. Like, you started sharing the songs with me, which I really appreciate you. Like, continuously.
I appreciate you listening.
Oh,
man.
yeah, dude, absolutely. And I know what I do like that you're conscious of, and I don't think you should worry too much about it, but you're always like, hey, I'm sorry if I'm being annoying. I'm like, no, dude, just keep sending that stuff to me. I like listening to it. Like, by all means, I find time to listen to it. And I'm a huge music fan, so I'm always trying to look for new stuff. And now, knowing that I have someone who's creating stuff, I'm going to have a bunch of new stuff to listen to.
I really appreciate that, bro. I've had some people say that to me, and then I've had other people, like, get annoyed and say, can you please stop sending me this stuff? And it's like, so I always try to be super mindful of people and, you know, just kind of.
Everyone's got their own taste. And some people after.
And sometimes when I'm sending my songs out, I'll make the mistake of sending it to someone again who didn't want to hear it. I'll be like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to send it to you again.
I made my mistake. They're like,
and it's
no,
like,
you didn't.
I feel bad for that, but I feel like I really shouldn't, you know, because I'm just trying to get my music out there.
Yeah, and that's actually like a good way. And I feel like knowing who's willing to support you and like having that friend base, I think is super important, where you can share that stuff and those people will be giving you like the feedback. Like I was telling you, one thing I was actually really, really blown away by when people bring up the podcast to me. So today at work, I was telling you, someone's like, yo, when are you going to do that, the episode today with CullyBear? And I was like, I didn't even know you paid attention to that. But I was like, we're shooting for 3:00, so I'm hoping I can get out of here. He's like, yeah, man, he's got such talent. And as he kept talking to me, I was like, yeah. And it's just
crazy to hear this stuff to me, man. It's just crazy. I'm just trying to make music, you know, and
dude, there's people out there who really do believe in you. And as they were saying all the good stuff about me, I'm like, man, I'm now even more amped about this because I know there's excitement.
Man. It's super humbling.
You're bringing a whole new level of excitement to the show today.
I appreciate it, man.
Thank you. I'm really excited.
I'm excited too.
No, it's great. Unfortunately, I'm still having problems. I tried sharing it through my phone right now. Still not working. So
it's all right.
We'll figure out how to get it to everybody properly.
Right.
But I do think I get better sound quality through YouTube. I believe that. So that's actually perfect.
I think we're going to put that to test today.
We are. Which then Andrew's going to give us a hand once we get the sound going. Have you listen to it out there. See how it sounds for us. That'd be beautiful. So then obviously you were saying the first time you were making a track, like the levels was the hardest part about it.
Yeah, that and figuring out how to structure a song right. I would go back and listen to tons of songs over and over and like learning how a lot of them, just little stuff like drops start in between like 1 minute and 1:15 seconds and learning about all
gone in depth into research.
Yeah,
how to
a
make
lot of it, like a lot of it,
everything.
I felt it like when I was doing it because I was using the MIDI pad and I would switch rhythms with the button keys and I learned pretty good and fast that way. But going in depth with it all and going online and studying, like I never really learned music in school like that. I played guitar when I was younger.
That's actually what I was going to lead to. I was actually glad you went to talk about school.
Yeah.
So you used to play guitar, still do?
Yeah, no, I still do. I love playing the guitar.
Electric, acoustic, both?
Both, yep. I play like Lamb of God, August Burns Red, Parkway Drive, and I also play like lighter stuff, like some of the acoustic, heavier stuff, like Bullet for My Valentine and Bullet for My Valentine. I can't talk today. Sorry about that.
Dude, we listen to the same exact things.
Yeah, man.
So I didn't know.
I love rock music.
I didn't even know.
Maybe that'll be another episode. I'll bring a guitar on sometime.
We'll do guitar for starters.
I'll just be Colin Wildman for that episode, though.
Bet. I'd like that. Because, I think that's actually a really, really good way to learn. And I'd be more than willing, if you're willing to teach me to learn, I will make a fool of myself on camera because if someone sees me flub, I don't care. I'm still learning.
Exactly.
If that inspires someone to learn too, bet.
Dude, we all start somewhere, man.
Purpose.
I wish people could have seen. Well, no. That's why I hid in my room and did it the first couple of months. But
starting out is scary. I'll give you that.
You got to be able to reach out to people and ask for advice too, man. And just talk to people who have done it. Don't be scared to look like an idiot. Don't be scared to look like if you want to do something, go for it. Talk to people who are doing it. It's obtainable. You can do it.
Absolutely. And that's kind of why it took me so long to really get this idea going in live. And the main reason I always wanted to do it live was because I could always find an excuse to postpone the recording. if it's recorded, I can always find an excuse to not even send it out.
Right.
So I chose to go live.
Look for all
so
your
then
imperfections.
Exactly. So
Yes.
then I chose this form for that fact. I'm like, I want to give people who Julio is. You know,
Yeah.
I mess up. I'm not the perfect
You don't-
speaker.
None of us are perfect people. So the ones who portray themselves as that, I don't trust them.
Exactly. And that's what I feel like when you're editing things. And
Mhm.
not that everyone does
Yeah.
that. You know, I wish I could edit these videos.
Like,
No,
I'm not
I can
going to
make them
lie.
better.
I was kind of nervous to go on camera right away, a little shaky, you know. I still kind of was, but as we settled into it, I'm more okay now. And, you know.
Yeah, and that's why I like
that's
to
just
like
me
get you
being
here and
human.
talk.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
like human.
And that's why I
being
like
human.
getting people behind the podium, and
Yeah.
then they're like, "Oh, this feels at home." And once we go live, you're just
Right.
like, "I've been
Then
sitting
it feels
for a long
more
time."
natural, you know.
Exactly, and you're not doing bad. You're
Thanks, bro. I appreciate
just
that.
like when we were talking earlier, and that's why
Yeah.
I like having that quick moment just to get us
Exactly.
together. But no, I think this is a great way for everyone to see where everyone's at.
Oh yeah.
And I love seeing like my older videos, especially
Mhm.
bad sound quality, bad video.
We always look
quality.
back on our older work with such disdain, don't we? At least for me sometimes. Maybe not all of them. There's some I'm really proud of, but I got some projects I haven't released that are like, man, what was I thinking when I made that song? It's just
That actually brings up a whole thing. I want to talk about your remasters because I
Yeah,
like that
yeah.
you're doing that.
Oh yeah.
So
and this
go-
brings me back to the leveling problems.
Okay, let's hear it.
Yeah, yep.
So
yep.
then, which song did you start first remastering?
Which one? I think it was Blackout. That was one of my all-time favorite ones I made early. And that one, I actually brought that one. It's going to be the 14th track I play in my set today.
Ooh, perfect.
So-
What's your set, if you don't mind me asking?
As long as you need it to be.
I don't care. As
I've
long as we're having fun.
got 15 songs with me. These songs I've brought with me today.
Ooh, perfect. That
And,
is
yeah,
awesome.
and these are all going to be on my upcoming. It's down the line. We're getting there.
Do you have an idea roughly when you want to release that? Or should I shh about it?
It's hard to say right now. Still figuring out some ideas for some of them, so I'm thinking probably around December, maybe
Okay.
before that.
Beautiful.
I got some singles coming, some remixes, and you know, I got a couple mini projects coming that I'm
So then, with all this stuff, how many tracks have you made already?
How many tracks have I released, or how many have I made?
Both.
Well,
Let's start with made.
I've probably made about 300 to 350 now.
Damn.
I've only released probably about less than 30.
Really?
Yeah. They're not all finished projects either, though. A lot of them are ideas I started and haven't come back to, and it's just I've began a lot of projects, got midway through them, and I save them for later, start a new one, do that, save it for later, and then I find one I really drop, I really like, then I start doing that. I'm the same way with video games. I'll start a game, get halfway through it, start up a new one.
That's exactly what I do. For
ADHD, man, I can't stay focused.
I don't know if I have ADHD. I was never told I did. I was just always ready to do the next thing.
Exactly.
Like when I draw, I normally start 3-4 pictures and I keep going back. Eventually, I finish one.
Yeah.
If I really get myself to, I can just finish one real quick, but it takes me forever. So that's why I'll have another idea. I'm like, well, I can't do it right now. Okay, let's do it here.
I've probably finished about 120 songs, maybe 130.
Dude, that is awesome.
A lot of those were beginner ones I just kind of threw together fast, though, not really knowing what I was doing. The longer I go, the way longer it takes for me to make a song, because I'm so more picky about everything I do, how it's leveled. I'll delete. I only probably keep about 20% of the music I make anymore. Yeah.
It's kind of amazing that you have that much in your head that you just...
I'm sick of stuff that sounds the same. I want ambient vibe, kind of like a chill step perspective, like not all bass. So many, and I love this music. I love the drums and bass and the stuff that's purely that, but I love a good like rhythm behind it, or like a nice sound, or just background, like kind of like ambient sounds. There's so much more you can do.
Yeah, I would say when you send me your tracks and I listen to them, sometimes I'm like, oh, I think he's listening to these kinds of people. And I'll listen to other tracks. I'm like, I think he's listening to this kind right now. Because I somewhat follow, but then I don't know the exacts, like, where they fall.
Right.
But I like to venture out a lot of music. So
Oh yeah, me too.
I'll go into anything. And one thing that does keep me going at work and awake is like dubstep. And
yeah. Oh yeah.
like
Tell me
sometimes
about
even
it.
like chill step, I'll throw it on and it keeps me working fast.
That's actually like
Although
my
it's
favorite
slow.
stuff to listen to, honestly, is like I listen to the really lighter stuff like Tycho, Cosbo, Midas, Seven Lions, Said the Sky, just some of the really mellow stuff. And
You have to throw me some music later.
yeah, man. And I love the heavy stuff too, but there's no way that's all I listen to. I love the light stuff most of the time.
Mm-hmm. No, this is awesome.
Yeah, man.
Man, I'm getting all. Oh, that's right. I did.
Need another drink of this. My mouth's getting a little dry.
I wanted to ask you about
Started
your
sound like
name and
Daffy
your
Duck.
logo. When did you start that?
Man, that designers, and you can shoot them a message, and they'll all send you a different logo,
Mm-hmm.
and you can buy one from them. And this guy, he hit me up, and God, I feel bad about this, but I can't remember his name at the moment. But I'll have to give him credit sometime. He sent me that one, and I was like, "Whoa, this stands out!" You know, it was
The newest bear
looking.
one you have?
It was fierce looking, yeah. And he sent me that as the sticker, and I found like the circle part around it, and I put it in that and kind of made it into like a stamp, like something I can stamp on pictures and whatnot. And
Yeah, that new one is pretty dope. I was a big fan of your old, like the little
it wasn't my
animated bear.
style.
No, you weren't a big fan of that one?
I mean, it's been around. It wasn't anything made by like a graphic designer. It wasn't like unique. It was
You just
something
found
I
that?
pulled off the internet, yeah, and just kind of started with.
The way you were going with it, I did enjoy it. And then once you came out with like that bigger bear, I was like, oh, damn, all right.
I just felt like that kind of helped. It was more my music style.
Yeah,
so to speak,
I will
yeah.
say you see that little animated bear, and then you hear like your.
My music isn't
hard beats, you're like,
marshmallow music.
Ooh, okay.
It's not marshmallow music. It's not.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're more like Excision.
Yeah,
Less, more?
Excision, Subtronics, Zomboy.
That's what you kind of more listen to.
Oh yeah, I love those guys, man. Some big influences.
I know some Zomboy, not a lot.
Zomboy's great. Subtronics, Sudden Death.
You
Even
lost
some
me
of some of the smaller ones. Some of the ones I know. Like I got to give a big shout out to some people I know, like OG Nixon, Tronics, Gilly Dub, Tesco. These are all guys who have been helping. They've been giving me advice along the way and helping me produce.
Are they from like the area too?
No, they all live in different parts. Like
Really?
Tesco lives in Canada. He teaches for Ill Gates, and he's a big like teacher out there in Canada. Like hundreds of thousands of people go out there and follow him and teaches for him. And I've been talking to him, and he likes my music. He's been giving me tips and stuff, so it's been really super helpful.
So you've just been getting out there and just communicating with people.
Yeah. Just
what
reaching
forum
out
do
to
you
all these
mainly use
people.
that for?
What's that?
What forum do you normally use that for? Like using Instagram, Facebook to reach out
just
to?
Facebook.
Facebook?
Yeah. I actually had a friend. He went to school with all these different producers,
Mhm.
and I went on his Facebook and I added like all of those producers, and ever since that, they've all been popping up as mutual friends on my Facebook. So I've connected with a lot of people that way, checking out their music and talking to them. I'll reach out to a lot of them, listen to their music, tell them I like it, or I guess I'm not always honest. Sometimes I am, but
When you,
I don't really ask the ones for advice with the music I don't like, I guess I should say.
I feel, I think that's a natural thing for all of us to do. We like to no matter what we try, we're always going to criticize. And the way I feel about it, like if they give you some tips, yeah, you can take it however you want, but we all have the right to, that's not our taste. That's okay.
Exactly.
So I feel you on that one. When you first reached out, because that's something, when I first did this, it made like my heart pound out of my chest almost.
You humble me, man.
How did you feel when you first reached out to that first producer? Like, or did someone reach out to you first?
Well, I was nervous because I thought they were going to tell me my song sounded like trash, and they were going to tell me all the things I was doing wrong. And at the time, I almost didn't want to hear it, but you got to hear those things to improve.
Right.
Sent it anyway, and they told me it wasn't half bad. They gave me some, there were some things I had to improve upon, and they gave me some tips on how to do that. And I've done that. And a lot of them are kind of like that. They'll just help you, and they don't criticize too hard. I've had some people tell me my music they don't like it or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's not their style, but
it is what it is.
People are going to give you advice on how to make music the way they like music.
Exactly.
So you got to ask a lot of different people.
Mm-hmm.
And you gain perspective from all of them. And once you do that, you got a lot of different mindsets to kind of think of, and a lot of different people who have been doing it.
No, I like the way you like are doing this. You're being brave. You're reaching out to people how you should be. And that was, like I was saying, that was the biggest thing I had to come across, like especially to
I just got to say, I got to give a big shout out to the Mid-City Kid, because watching him doing out of my hometown, it's really inspiring. That's
for sure. He's behind the camera.
He's right back there. But yeah.
No, for real,
big
though.
Shout out to you,
Between
John.
Jonathan and once I started seeing you do more stuff, and Gonzalo, I'd say really be Gonzalo and Jonathan, the ones that now I've seen grow and like push me more to do stuff.
Yeah.
To me, they're the ones that have been doing stuff the longest. Now, once I joined Fearless, I found even more people like Gonzalo's mindset. But to know those two people that I was really, well, honestly, till now, I started getting close to Jonathan. So thank you for that, homie. It's awesome. And that's actually a friendship that would have been great back in the day. But I feel like if it wasn't for this, it was meant to be in this sense,
Yeah.
And like I was saying, seeing them and Gonzalo just pushing each day in their dreams, and they've each taken different types of hits. They've taken the punches, taken the blows.
You got to be your biggest believer, man. You got to believe no matter what that you're going to do it.
And that's what they taught me.
Yeah.
Between seeing Gonzalo when he did fail in his fights, seeing Jonathan take criticism in his music, and just how you handle it. I'm like, you know what? We're all capable of doing something. And once you understand that he may not like purple, he may not like yellow, that's okay. It's whatever.
Don't ever let anyone tell you can't do something you really want to do, whether it's your parents, your brother, your sister, your friends, your family. Don't let anyone, if you want to do something, go for it.
Exactly. That's what I really feel.
We all start
somewhere. This has really taught me this.
We all start somewhere. Don't be afraid to start from the beginning. Ask people for help,
Especially asking those people for help, because that's the biggest thing I came across, and seeing how easy it is to ask for help.
Right, because you really don't know as much as you think you do when you're starting.
Exactly.
You never do. Well, God, I've learned that.
I think my biggest lesson was seeing how easy it is to ask for help, and people are willing to help.
Yeah, if you open yourself up to people like that, they're just willing to see. If you act like you're all that and your music's good and they don't really know as much as you, nobody's going to help you with an attitude like that.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody. You got to be willing to say, hey, man, I don't know as much, but I really want to do this. This is something I really want to do. I want to learn it. My heart's into it. And just wondering if there's anything you could teach me, and ask them what you want to know in specific. And I guess not everyone will help you because they got their secrets they want to hide, but a lot of times they will.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of times if you're willing to show someone you have a passion, they're absolutely going to help you.
Oh, yeah.
As long as you show them it's a passion, you're not really trying to waste their time. Exactly. I think that's really what's going to distinguish who's going to be willing to help you. If you're throwing yourself out there and people are like, nah, he's not taking it serious, they're not going to take you serious.
You got to be humble, man.
But someone like you, like I said, seeing Jonathan and Gonzalo and the way they started talking with people and how people started taking them serious, I was like, man, that's something to look up to, That's not – because you see, like you're saying, you see other people who just walk around with big heads.
There's a quote I love, man. It says, I'll never trust somebody who talks to me with respect, but not the waitress or waiter. You know what I mean?
I feel you on that one.
Like, if they can be nice to me, but not the waiter or waitress, you can't trust somebody like that.
Right, because you can see how the different characters they
have. They got ulterior motives. They, and if you were in that person's position, they'd treat you the same way.
Exactly. Ooh, I like that. Mm-hmm. We were even having a conversation like earlier, and that's why right away I was like, man, I like this guy, because we were talking about way people treat each other,
I like
teachers,
you too, bro.
And it was just awesome, just the way seeing, like, I was meant to eventually start talking with you because we had the same ideas, and to have you, I was really excited to bring.
We got big ambitions.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. All right. Well, we're about to hit the 30-minute mark. Do you want to start doing your set?
Yes. So you guys ready?
I'm going to have you back on. I'm excited to have you back on another day.
All right.
All right. We're going to give him time to do a set.
Do we want to keep the lights on, or should we shut it off?
You can probably flip that one.
Okay. I'm just going to.
Let's see what that looks like. Ooh. I wish I had more flashy lights.
Reopen Serato quick here. Cool.
Oh, I got this. Check who we are.
All right. I just wanted to reopen this here.
I think it's dead.
Is it? Hey,
yeah, this thing's dead.
Oh, wait.
Oh, we might get
working good enough.
No, this is great.
All right. Yeah,
so how long did it take you to get all your equipment together then?
It took a while, and I'm always figuring out there's more stuff I need to get.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, I see what they mean now when people say music equipment's expensive.
That's actually what's kind of kept me back from ever starting with something like this, because I've had big ambitions to eventually do something like this.
Yeah.
But like the equipment I started seeing, I'm like, man, I'm gonna need to get the equipment. I'm gonna need to find someone to teach me. I'm gonna need to find the knowledge myself as well. Am I ready for this? And so
you
like
definitely are. You just got to jump in and just. I could help you sometimes, show you where to start, but it's something. It's definitely obtainable if you really want to do it. It just takes a lot of banging your head on the wall for 2 weeks.
I'm down for banging my head on the wall for 2 weeks.
All right, man. You ready?
I am absolutely ready.
All right. This is one of my new songs coming up off the album.
I got big shutters up in the heat. And smoking every day. I got big shutters up in the heat. And smoking every day.
Oh yeah. And do the little things while you're doing it, babysit it, you know?
I got big shutters up in the heat. And smoking every day. I got big shutters up in the heat. And smoking every day. I smoking on a tree every day. Niggas up on Jamaica. I just on America.
Big drop coming.
Huge fan of your transition.
Will someone please call the doctor? Call the doctor. Will someone please?
In the gang running shit like a walls.
right, who's ready for a rap song I made?
I'm ready.
I think so.
Huh?
Here we go.
Know what the fuck going on, man? The bullet gang, man. I play with sticks, I don't play with toys. When the promise, so I pull your cord. Tripping hard, got him looking too hard. I pull out the pistol and lay down the rod. Come trap by the soul, he break down the hole. Finesse, you want some dope? You pass the hole, she give me dope. I pass to the phone, we gon' beat it some more. Beat it some more, beat it some more. Came in the game, no leaving no more. Since I said a nigga, they begging on smoke. Won't be with a nigga that already told. Put dick in that bitch, make a turn in the toe. Them niggas so sly, yeah, they rapping no. Take the giving and going, I move with the flow. Remember what you say, don't call it no more. Don't call it no more, don't call it no more. You just don't have to fuck, I ain't think you too old. I've been in the streets and I took on road. I'm searching for pot, I just want out of gold. Catching out, man, no toe. Shoot on go, ain't even a scope. Ain't doing no nothing, we kick your dope. Say if I been in Baruna for smoke it, then they'll make that toe. Taught on the game, we flip your boat. Got nigga that ride and nigga that flow. You know I'm a ride, I'm a slide my flow. Say loose on the nigga, you think I'm a hoe. You know I've been fighting really on go. Got shooting that slide and sling that pole. You do what you doing, you real what you sold. I give you the smoke, then you call me on bro. He think he gon' slide, gon' eat out his coat. My brother came out, he really the goat. He really good, man. You know what I'm gonna do with two block, nigga. Block out. Huh?
Everything you ever need. Back to the block, nigga. Tell them, nigga. For
You know what the fuck going on, man? It's Woodley game, man. I play with sticks, I don't play with toys. When the phone so I pull your cord. Tripping hard, got him looking too hard. I pull out the pistol and lay down the rod. Come trap by the soul, he break down the hole. Finesse, you want some dope? You pass the hole, she give me throw. I pass to the phone, we gon' beat it some more. Beat it some more, beat it some more. Came in the game, no leaving no more. Since I said them nigga that big on smoke. Won't be with a nigga that already told. Dick in that bitch, make it turn in the toe. Them niggas so sly, yeah, they rapping no. Take the giving and going, I move with the flow. Remember what you say, don't call it no more. Don't call it no more, don't call it no more. You just jump out the port, man, and thank you. I've been in the streets and I took on road. I'm searching for pot, I just want out of gold. Catching out, let them take on toe. Shoot on go, ain't even a scope. Ain't doing no nothing, we kick your dope. Say if I been in Baruna for smoke. They smoke it, they live, make that toe. You taught on the game, we flip your boat. Got nigga that ride and nigga that pro. You know I'm a ride, I'm a slap my bro. That loose on the nigga, you think I'm a hoe. You know I've been fighting really on go. Like shooting that slide and saying that pole. You do what you doing, you really what you sold. I give you the smoke, and you call your bro. He think he gon' slide, gon' eat out his coat. My brother came out and he really the goat.
on the run too.
For the gang, for the wave, none of the head, put when it plays. Trying to get in my way, they wanna get in my face. You wanna stop me blowing, I'm coming, I'm getting lit in the grave. Busting on me with the crowd, till the guys fly away. Niggas told me on the mind, so I'm betting when I say, I know the legacy made, yeah, I done live it every day. They'll let me see my face, they'll let me when I pray. And I told them straight, I'm gonna whip it up force for the rain. For the gang, for the wave, none of the heads won't when it plays. Trying to get in my way, though, they wanna get on my face. If you wanna stop me blowing, I'm coming, I'm dead in the grave. Busting on me, I know the legacy made, yeah, I done live it every day. They'll let me see my face, yeah, they'll let me when I pray. And I told them straight, I'm gonna whip it up force for the rain. For the gang, for the wave, all of the head put when it plays. Trying to get in my way, though, they wanna get on my face. If you wanna stop me blowing, I'm coming, I'm dead in the grave. Busting on me with a cloud, till the guys fly away. Niggas told me on the mind, so I'm resting when I say, I know the legacy made, yeah, I done live it day. They'll let me through my face, yeah, they'll let me when I pray.
Thank you for having me on the show, man.
Dude, that was awesome.
I
I'm still
appreciate
like,
you.
damn.
Thank you for watching, everybody. I hope
Yeah.
you enjoyed it.
Jesus, thank you guys. It's been awesome doing 100 episodes. I'm still just, I
Hey,
just
thanks
watched
for
the whole
having me
thing,
on,
just
man.
blown away just watching. Like,
That was a
dude,
lot of fun.
This is a science. Like, shit. Man, respect to you guys. You guys have been doing this too. Like, damn. Anyways.
Oh man,
hopefully
I
you
draw a
guys
lot of
enjoyed this
inspiration from that dude right there, man. I gotta give him a lot of
one.
credit.
Oh, man.
He's been going hard as hell.
That was
Same
awesome.
with Andrew, man. Yay, you guys need to check Third Eye Concept.
Third
Third
Eye
Eye
View.
View.
No, Third Eye View. I'm sorry.
Hey,
guys.
you good?
Third Eye View.
Third Eye
Hit this
Concept.
guy up, man. Music videos, photo shoots, anything. He's got you. He's the best.
Yep.
Hit him up.
Actually, talking
Andrew
to you
Andrew
about
Clift.
graphic designing, man, I got
Andrew
you.
Clift.
Yeah, yeah.
Hit him up.
Hell yeah. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this one.
Thank you for
Thank
having
you
me on
again, man.
Communities
It's
Connected,
been
bro.
awesome. And you guys have a
Appreciate you.
wonderful Wednesday.
Hope you all enjoyed it.